Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to our first video for the science. So we're going to talk about introductions to the cognitive functions. So the cognitive functions, if you don't know, are the building blocks of the MBTI. So the first, most people just know the lettering system. If you know about the cognitive functions, you are actually considered to be one of the people that actually know a bit more about the MBTI type. You probably know the 80-20. This is probably the most important fundamental part of the science. So whenever you discuss the MBTI and someone says, "Oh, I don't know what a cognitive function is," they probably don't know much about the MBTI. So let's continue. So what are the cognitive functions? Okay, so functions are how we think, process, and act. You can kind of think of them as like kind of our psychological senses that we have. So we have 8 of them. Everyone uses all 8, but in a different order called a stack. The stronger functions feel natural and the weaker ones feel draining. So we got the perceiving and judging functions. Okay, so the perceiving functions, this is how we take information. So this is intuition and sensing. So this is how we observe or predict what's going to happen. So I'm an extroverted sensor, so I'm always looking at what other people's actions are, where their effort is going, what they're doing. An extroverted intuition person is more thinking about where people are going. So this is kind of how we perceive information. The judging functions, they tend to be logical and rational. So these are the thinking and feeling functions. So the introverted thinking and introverted feeling are kind of the logical functions for judging, and then the extroverted functions are more the rational one. So each function can be extroverted or introverted, so external or internal. These functions can both produce and consume. So I'm an extroverted sensor, so I can consume experiences a lot, and I can also produce experiences as well. So the consumption side comes from me being observant of how many different type of experiences there are, and so I can actually consume or watch information. And then extroverted sensing production side is how I can produce experiences for other people. So let's keep going. So the extroverted sensing. So this function focuses on the present moment. So I don't have much abstraction. I don't really think about the future. The way it is every day when I wake up, it's a new day. I completely forget about what's happened, what I'm going to do tomorrow, or that all goes out the window. As soon as I wake up, new day, everything's as it goes, as it comes. So I notices real-time details, experiences, and opportunities. This is very true. So because I'm not as abstracting, I can't really predict what's going to happen in the future. I tend to be very reactive in the moment. So I thrive on action and reacting quickly to the environment. So extroverted sensing, it's kind of a more chaotic function where it can get very bored from stability. So you will notice a lot of extroverted senses, they get really bored, and so that to entertain themselves, they might give you experiences, or they might try and draw attention. It is probably the main attention seeking function. All extrovert senses try to draw attention from people. Okay, so now we got introverted sensing. This stores and recalls past experiences, so they have really good memories. So the introverted sensing heroes, which are the ISTJs and ISFJs, they have the best memories out of everyone. So this is the Warren Buffett types, where he could recall things from the past, probably like 30 years ago, and he can be very accurate of what actually happened. So they tend to be traditional. They focus on familiarity and stability. This is due to them having a lack of introverted intuition, and because their extroverted intuition function has to compensate for their lack of introverted intuition. So they have to rely on things that are predictable. They don't really tend to do well in chaotic environments because they don't know what pathway to take. They really struggle where to focus. So they use memory to create consistency and reliability. So these guys mainly like the ESTJs, the person that always wants like a timetable or like a schedule, or like even expects everyone else to align to their schedule. These are the introverted senses. Extroverted intuition, so these guys see possibilities and connections everywhere, brainstorms, jumps between ideas, future focus, loves exploring what if scenarios. So these are kind of like your Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Sam Altman types. Introverted intuition, so these seek deep insights and singular direction, spot hidden patterns and long-term outcomes, prefer clarity and aha realizations over scattered ideas. So these guys really prefer to plan and plan which direction they're going to go, and then they commit to it. So these are kind of like your Mark Zuckerbergs, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, so it's a really good function, this one. Majority of the people in school that have a community, they tend to have an introverted intuition hero, and they tend to do the best in school. So extroverted thinkers, so these make decisions using objective logic and systems. They organize people resources to reach goals, values efficiency, productivity, and results. They also value numbers, and they also like to read or listen to what other people think, because they can learn from other people's solutions. So these guys tend to be focused on money a lot, because money is something that they can use their extroverted thinking to have a consistent outcome, and then they can play around with causality of what they think. So introverted thinking, so these are guys are the logical people. These ones are always correcting everyone of true and false. They make decisions through eternal logical framework. They analyze how things work. Does this make sense? They value accuracy, consistency, and precision. So these guys are the thinkers. They are highly logical. They also prioritize their own goals over other people's goals. That tends to be something that I have observed. Someone like a Cristiano Ronaldo, who focuses on his own goals compared to his team. That's kind of like an extreme example of an introverted thinker. So now we got extroverted feelings. So extroverted feelings focus on group harmony. They others' needs and building connections. So this they are observant of how people would be judged or liked. So they tend to like on social media a lot of memes. These guys, extroverted feelers, love memes because they represent how they feel, and they can relate different contexts into how they judge things. They may tend to judge morality based on what the group values, and that can be an issue if they focus what is good on based on what makes the group happy. That can result in a lot of negative consequences. So these guys are largely responsible for culture. They really enjoy culture. They like everything to explore what's good about a group, or even like the flaws, the chaotic side. And they're really boundary focused. So if you're around an extroverted feeler, chances are they'll enforce boundaries on you. Introverted feelers, these guys are guided by personal values, authenticity, and inner alignment. They like to choose their role in situations, or like their job. They don't like jobs or expectations forced upon them. They like to portray what they expect, or how their own expectations on themselves. So they don't really like jobs per se. I think when other people force expectations, they don't really like that, because they see a lot of expectations as contradictory. They tend to make good decisions based on what will get them a better outcome, and they can logically deduce what people care or value. So that's it for today. Thank you.